Today's notes, we're going to be talking about quantitative probability. Quantitative, you can hear the word quantity. So we're going to be talking about numbers in this case. Okay. The keywords we're going to see today are 2 times as likely, 3 times as likely, half as likely, and twice as likely. So we were adding numbers. Yesterday we learned just less likely, more likely. But now we're just adding the numbers to these, okay? So I'm going to show you how we are going to write this out, how we're going to circle and box, because it's going to get really confusing if I don't show you what it's going to look like. So the probability of selecting an orange, when you see your first label, you are going to put a box around it, okay? Orange is my label. When you see a keyword, my keyword is twice, right? You're going to circle. It says twice as likely of selecting an apple. Apple is my second label, so I'm going to circle it. Okay. So now I'm going to connect both of my circles. Why am I connecting it? Because that 2 times is going to be applied to apple. So this is what I'm talking about. You're going to write it as you see it. Orange comes first. It's going to be orange is equal to 2 times apple. So 2 times apple. Okay. So I just wanted you to see how we're going to do it first. We're going to box our first label, circle our keyword, and then circle our second label. Then you're going to connect them because your keyword is going to apply to that second label. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a problem. Let's see what I'm talking about. It says label each statement as true or false. The first statement, okay, the topping is twice, there's my keyword, I'm circling it, as likely to be pineapple. It's my label. How do I know it's a label? Because if you look at your table, you're going to see your labels there, okay? So the pineapple was the first label, so I'm boxing it. As it is to be hamburger. Hamburger is the second label, so I'm going to circle. Okay. I'm going to apply that twice to hamburger, so I'm going to connect them. So when I write it out, it should look like this. Pineapple is equal to 2 times the hamburger. So let's go ahead and plug in my numbers. Pineapple I know is 6. 6 equals to 2 parentheses. My hamburger is 12. Now the reason why I don't put an X for a multiplication is because it's going to get confusing, because what happens if your label starts with an X? You would have 2xx. It's going to get confusing for you. So just make sure when we're talking about multiplication, we're using our parentheses here. Okay, now I'm going to solve it. 6, I don't have to do anything to that, so I'm going to write 6 equals, and 2 times 12 is 24. So now I'm going to read it and see if it's true or false. Is 6 equal to 24? No, it's not. That is false. Okay, let's do the next one. It says the topping is 3 times, there goes my keyword, I'm going to circle it. 3 times is likely to be pepperoni. There goes the label. So my first label, I'm going to box it. As it is to be pineapple. Circle that second keyword. Now I'm going to connect these two. Okay. Now I'm ready to write it out. So I see pepperoni is equal to 3 times the pineapple. So 3p. Now let's plug in those numbers. Pepperoni is 18 equals to 3 parentheses, pineapple is 6. So now we're going to solve. 18 is equal to 3 times 6 is 18. So let's see if the statement is true or false. 18 is equal to 18. That's true. So I'm going to write true. Okay. This is the last one we're going to go over before you do the check-in by yourself. The topping is 2 times as likely. There goes 2 times. I'm circling my keyword. as likely to be pineapple, my label, I'm boxing it, as it is to be cheese. Circle that second label. Connect them. Now let's write it. Pineapple is equal to 2 times cheese. Pineapple is 6 equals 2, parentheses, my cheese is 3. Now let's solve. 6 equals 2 times 3, 6. So that is true. 6 is equal to 6. Put true. Okay, make sure you have all this written. Pause the video if you need to write it. Turn it over on the back. Now I'm going to read this for you, but you are going to do it by yourself. Okay? So it says Henderson has a bag of fruit. The table shows the amount of each type of fruit Henderson has. Henderson will grab one fruit out of the bag. Which statement is true? Okay, I'm looking for true. So let's read A. When you do these problems, I want to see where you are boxing and circling the information. I want to see where you write it out and where you plug in your numbers and solved. Okay? If I don't see this, that means you don't understand it. So I need you to write this out for me. It's going to get confusing if you try to do it in your head. So the probability of selecting an orange is my first label, is twice, there goes my keyword, as likely of selecting an apple. Circle that second keyword. So when I write it, I better see on your paper, orange is equal to 2 times apple. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I want you to finish the rest. Find which statement is true. This one you need to plug in your numbers and then tell me, is it true or false? Okay, raise your hand when you're done so I can come by and check.